Hello, hello. I think we're good.
Happy Masters Monday.
I was going to say Happy Masters Monday. And before we start, I took a look in the pre-chatter. The pre-chatter is now an event of its own.
It may be the event.
It's kind of like the show before. It's like the cool kids go to the after party. The cool kids apparently go to the pre-party for this.
I'm just going to load up the feed so we can. I think how we had that last time.
That's perfect. That's the best we ever did.
Shane Kern and
best we ever did.
Okay.
Bandit says he drinks to forget. That's good. Don't we all? Yeah, we're not matching today, Todd. Far from it.
Nope.
I am wearing a Galvin green shirt though. After
Galvin.
Swore up and down last week that I wouldn't do it.
Did you really?
No, I was just joking.
We are not Me and My Golf.
No.
We look very different in our Galvin.
We do. I don't think two shirts could look more different, to be honest. We look good. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. No live last week. When we both walked in and said, we felt like we haven't filmed the video in a month.
I know.
Really only been a week and a half.
I know. But I think, I think we always look so pleased with ourselves. Like after a good week where, we sit there in the live and we literally look so pleased with ourselves with how, and this week's been one of those, isn't it?
It's been very good.
We've had several boxes ticked for videos we've been promising to make for a while.
Let's tease only one of them.
Okay, you're the man. You tell me what you want to tease and what you don't.
We did a video on one-length irons.
Mm-hmm.
It's only been requested for 11 to 12 months.
The one-length iron video has been done.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Let me go get one of the irons.
Very, very
You guys have a
interesting.
sneak preview of the...
Yeah. Bandit's asking how Matty's neck is. Better, Bandit.
My neck? Yeah, it's progressed. It's not bad. Didn't bug me filming today, which is good.
No, it was good.
Much better. So this is what I got in my hand, the 7 iron. So we had a set of...
Look at those fancy ferals.
I know. So, sorry, I keep forgetting his name.
Johnny Hutzler.
Johnny Hutzler, he's from Washington.
Yep.
Was extremely kind. Hopefully he's watching. Built us a custom set, one-length irons for me and lefty. Mm-hmm. It is the F9 one-length, fancy blue ferrules, dynamic gold 120s. Was it 4 hybrid to gap wedge?
Yeah.
So that was cool. It was a cool test.
Very cool.
I think there was stuff that surprised you. There was stuff that surprised me. Mm-hmm. Probably some stuff that didn't surprise you, but I think you guys will like the video.
Yeah, it was good. it was
different.
It was an eye opener. It was for sure.
All right, let's dive in, shall we?
Okay, go for it.
You're staying current over there?
Yeah, I'm kind of keeping. Bandit's asking, no hickey? No hickey.
I'm clean.
Clean. Respectable man.
I know. I was in Niagara Falls this weekend though.
It's an interesting.
The greasiest place on earth.
Yeah, it might be. Interesting question there relative to one of the videos we've done today. What driver retains ball speed best on thin strikes?
Okay, we'll tease another one. We did PXG Gen 2 drivers today.
PXG Gen 2 driver.
I hit a number of balls on the lower part of the head, and the ball speed was very good. But then again, it's been good on a lot of stuff this
year.
And
we won't obviously
won't spoil it, but
we won't talk to why we said it was good and why our theory was about that.
Yep.
I would also say Callaway drivers are exceptionally good on low strikes. Jailbreak tends to make the lower part of the club pretty quick.
The Mizuno was good there too. A lot of them have been good. But okay, I'm going to take this from Drew.
Yep.
Drew's got a thumbnail holding a gigantic golf trophy, so he must be good at swinging. So Drew is asking, he got fit on quad, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
He's got TS3 swing weight C2, it's light.
I think that's probably C2 setting.
C2 setting, good call. 7.75 loft, so he's got it dialed quite a bit down.
Yeah.
What's that? What's a Pro XEF white? Is that shaft? I've not heard of that one.
Even flow.
Even flow, okay. Perfect.
Even flow white,
6.5, okay. So he's hitting up on it 5s, launching at 14, swinging very fast, 181 ball speed, it's very good. Looks like the spin might be a little high, and he's hitting into the moon, 165 feet. It's an ST190 candidate. So he's asking if that's a good option to bring his launch and spin down. TS3 at 7.
I know this is live TV, but...
Oh, your favorite guy.
Favorite guy, and his belly's literally hanging out his sweater.
One of the neighbors at the studio here has got his gut hanging out in the atrium. It is quite a beauty. Why is he looking me in the eye? Stop it.
With his belly out.
Stop. Don't need to make eye contact.
That's scary. I just hope he does go and watch the show. So 165 feet There's an issue, obviously.
Seems very high.
There's almost no one.
Pardon me, I lied you.
No one that's got an ideal optimized ball flight that's at that.
There's no way, right?
No chance.
So what can you do?
I mean, the first thing obviously we have to do is get. We've got to get loft down. Loft will help get the spin down. So I would say, going with something like M5, something that we can, M5 that we can turn down to 7. We can potentially go. Actually, just found Golfworks are now doing a sleeve that basically does. It's funny, like we've been talking about sleeves, and we talked about our industry hack of reversing the sleeve. Well, they've now brought out a right-handed sleeve that adds 1 degree and takes 2 away.
Really?
So they've reversed the sleeve.
Because normally you add more loft than you can take away.
So for a righty, we'd put a lefty sleeve on and go to +2, which actually plays as -2.
Yeah.
So you can turn that Epic Flash Sub-Zero into a 7-degree driver now, which is
that's big.
which is huge. So
TS3, it is a lower spin head, but there's lower spin heads.
there are lower ones. It wouldn't be the lowest. I would say. We could definitely get that down a little bit. I think ball height, tee height would be important. Making sure you're not striking it in the upper part of the head, getting excess tilt. Remember, the face is curved, so whatever the loft we think is in the middle of the face, the upper part has a degree to a degree and a half more.
Right.
So although that will gear the spin down, it will still launch it too high. So I would gravitate somewhat towards. Towards a M5 or an Epic Flash. I think the question was perhaps ST190, not with an Atmos shaft. No, that's not going to cut the chips.
A firmer tip section shaft, obviously.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
right, Drew, thanks for the question.
For sure.
Why don't you fire one while I...
Yeah, we've got Zach. Does shortening driver shaft change balance point? It does.
Okay.
It does, yeah. So it will get lighter.
So it makes the balance point move higher.
Yeah. So what? Yeah, relatively speaking. So we will. It will just change overall mass. I mean, obviously, overall mass is one component. Obviously, the balance point and that sort of thing.
Mikey.
Michael.
Mikey's going to Masters.
Michael's.
You two are going to Masters.
He
must be excited.
So excited. I'm so excited.
You guys are leaving Wednesday?
Wednesday. Yeah, we're heading down Wednesday. Cannot wait. To Atlanta Wednesday night. We're playing golf in Atlanta. We're meeting up with doing a little business when we're down there.
Nice.
And then we're going to go over to Reynolds Plantation. Stay with a friend, April, who's hopefully watching. April and Sherry, hi if you're watching. And then we're heading over to the Masters at the weekend.
You got tickets for what?
Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Lovely.
Yep.
So all right.
It will be good.
Joe. Hello, Joe. Oh, so Joe went to get fit for a shaft for his G410 Plus. TZ565 M5. Looks like he tried some good stuff. Ventus.
Joe and I in the same shaft. My man.
This has happened. Joe had questions before where you've said something like you guys are very similar in
we must
speed
be
and stuff like that.
Joe, could we share a bag?
You probably could.
Love it. That's cool.
Very cool.
That is very cool, Joe.
Yeah,
great shaft. Fit. Feels good. Let us know how the experience was. If you had sort of a good experience, what the numbers and stuff were like. I'd love to know.
All right. From Ethan. Ethan is looking at 919 tours.
Yep.
6 to pitching wedge, and then the
nice
forge
little combo
4 to
set.
5. Very nice. Project Deck 6.5. Wants to get the ball flight up a little bit. Would a 6.0 be good? Okay, so he's asking, would you put 6.0s in the 4 and 5 iron, stiffer shafts in the 6 up? Do you ever do that?
You could, yeah, a little flighted set. You could also go with LZs.
I was going to say, so are you better off doing it with the product meant that way, or?
It depends how you tend to manage the weight. If you feel like you can be a little bit more dynamic with less weight, then going down to the 120 gram 6.0s would be a good thing. You could also do that in LZs.
So are LZs inherently lighter, or is it just different flex?
Just different flex.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the same weight.
Gotcha. So either or, Ethan. You can definitely do either or. Would it be safe to say he just wants a pretty well-qualified builder to make that happen?
We'll do that one next.
Orange County, California?
Yeah.
Jonathan's asking where he can go in Orange County, California to get fit. He had a bad experience, it sounds like, and wants to know your thoughts on where to go.
So this is controversial, and Jonathan, I'll preempt it by saying I love you from the bottom of my heart as a community member. However, this is something that sticks at me sometimes, is that if you have left the fitting, and I'm not saying this is all the time, if you have left with that type of experience, you've not asked the right questions.
Right.
You should have, at some point when you saw that the fitting was going towards a distance orientated fitting, you should have just said, stop right there. I'm actually not here for distance. I'm here to have the right amount of distance for my swing and my game and all the rest of it. But can we look at some other attributes? Can you explain to me how the rest of it balances out? Am I sacrificing anything on the land angle? We've got the right launch and spin and characteristics. And I think, Jonathan, I'm not having a pop here at all. I'm just saying, for next time if you go back and see another fitter, like these are the types of questions you want to ask, and I think
make sure he doesn't get shortchanged. Because the problem is you're assuming you've gone somewhere, even if it's a really good fitter, they may just not be aware of the direction you want to take it, and if you don't quite communicate it, you may have a really good fitter that you still may not leave happy with if you haven't asked.
That's right. And I've had that in the past where, in my opinion, I've seen the value for the customer being something, and they've left and went, I didn't really get what I wanted out of it. Well, you never told me that, so you wanted to get out of it.
Okay.
If you leave it in my hands, in my opinion, you're basically telling me, do what you think is right for me, unless you have a specific objective. So don't always blame the fitter for not getting the most out of your experience.
That's fair.
I think we made a video on how to get the most out of your experience, and we've done that because it is your experience. It's no one else's.
It's true.
You're going to rock up there and you're going to do your thing, and you're going to have a specific objective. Mike Bixby, who drove up from Indy down in the States last week, Mike came down and had a list, and I loved it because
to make sure that he got everything.
He had very specific points that he wanted me to touch on and us to achieve as a team, and I was there to help him achieve those. That was perfect.
So try to take control of what could be variables within the fitting by having a little bit of an agenda. Definitely. Right, and assuming Jonathan's gone to a good, reputable fitter, I'm sure they would invite him to come back if he's not quite satisfied with his experience.
That's a sign of a good fitter or a reputable establishment. Is if you don't get the right experience, absolutely come on back. Well,
it's nothing good for them to have someone out in the community that's not happy.
Definitely.
Right? Okay, Jonathan. Hopefully that helped. I'll take a couple quick ones here, and then you want to grab one. You took Zach's already, but I'm just going to take this from the next one then.
Top 3 driver heads this year to try and a fitting. Good one.
Let's both pick 3.
So top 3, I would say Epic Flash. I would say, it's tough to say.
It depends on the player, obviously.
It depends on the player. There's the top 3 if you have these conditions, and there's the top 3 if you have those conditions.
That's true.
I would say Epic Flash, M6 are 2 of my favourites. Yep.
I didn't think you were going to say M6.
Yeah, M6 I love. Really enjoy that.
He has an M1 right now. He swings at 100 miles an hour, hits up on it, hits a draw, and he tends to hook it when he misses. So that helps narrow it down a little bit.
Hit up, draw.
So probably more fade biased.
Yeah.
He's probably looking for drivers like I'm looking for, to be honest.
I would say hook it a little bit. From what I've seen so far, Epic Flash, 2 weights in the toe, boom.
Really?
World class.
I haven't tried that yet.
Unbelievable.
To do that.
We done a fit for a local pro around here, Brad Carefoot, recently the weekend, and Brad was turning over his driver a lot. We flipped 2 weights into that, into his Epic Flash. He's a Callaway staffer.
Lasers.
Unbelievable. Literally, it actually shifted his strike point from the toe, shifted the strike into the heel, into the middle. It was
kind of a miracle.
It was wild. Yeah, I wish I'd take a screenshot of the numbers, but
that's cool.
It's cool.
Okay. Well, those are a couple good ones to try.
Yeah.
All right, you take one from
take
the,
one. We have
presents.
thoughts on Arcos game golf. As a fitter, is the statistical information useful to you before fitting someone? Garrett, absolutely is. I mean, stats, analysis, reports, anything like that. Now, I'm not saying send your fitters like if every one of my fits was to send me that stuff before. Would I get a chance to see all of them? I wouldn't. I'm just being honest. There's no chance. But
maybe in the context of the session, you could bring some of it up.
Bring in a printout. Let's have a look through it together. Let's talk about it. Let's kind of figure out. Okay, this was before. What is it that we're looking to change? What are the trends and sort of attributes of your game that we can use to make you statistically a better player? I love analytics.
I was going to say that would be helpful if you get a person who maybe isn't having the best day, and they say to you like, I don't normally hit it like this. Then you can actually see what they do on the course.
For sure.
Okay, let's take this from Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay, Paul bought an F9 driver with the stock Tour Spec Black 75. He swapped it to a TZ 465 M4. His numbers are identical, but he's lost almost 10 mile an hour ball speed. How could that happen?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Very questionable how that's happened.
They're similar weights, aren't they? Those two shafts? They're both in the same kind of
Black
ballpark?
Tour Spec 75. Pop was swapped from stock Atmos Black Tour Spec to an Acra TZ, and all the numbers are identical, but I've lost 10 miles an hour ball speed. Something doesn't make sense. Paul, if you can tell us a little bit about where you so obviously tried that, what was the system? That
Maybe an issue there?
That doesn't really make sense that you should have lost 10 miles an hour.
That's a lot.
That's
Maybe a funky reading?
Funky reads.
Okay, Paul, follow up with us. We'll grab that as soon as we see your message.
Whisker, dear twins, nice shirts. We're not twins, are we? Are we twins?
Oh!
Why is the PGA the ultimate validation for a club? One would think the ultimate validation would be based on channels.
This is a great question. I can sense it already.
Why is the PGA the ultimate validation for a club? One would think the ultimate validation would be based on channels.
YouTube reviews. He's saying, why are people who are recreational golfers looking at the very best players in the world to say you should?
Okay, or the PGA as in the PGA Tour.
Yeah. Instead of saying like, you fit Johnny Wong today, and you should look at people who are in your skill level or at least in the ballpark, or someone that can, like you, that can say I fit 100 people to this driver.
So true.
It's very true.
So true.
The marketing has always been based on tour usage. I have what?
The Whisker Bandit bromance just continues. Bandit's just giving it.
It's a really good question. I think, to be honest with you, I think it's already starting to shift. Look at the attention that this channel gets and other channels that review clubs. Notice how manufacturers are giving them kind of help with whatever they need to do reviews and stuff like that. Are they taking a risk at someone saying it sucks? Yes, but I think they're beginning to understand that avid golfers especially are going to look at something like this as more of an unbiased opinion versus someone that's paid to use it.
Grayson Brown.
Where am I looking? What a timely question,
Any
Grayson.
testing of the P7 T-dubs? Do you want to see something really cool? No? Yeah, we can do it.
I know, but
we can show. Yeah, we'll show them we have the full set of irons here as we speak.
I'm not going to open it. There she blows. So yes.
Can we get one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have one?
You want to see the 300?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, the embargo's off. We were told that we are the first people that have the box in North America. So that's exciting.
Look at these things of beauty.
It's a butter knife. It's gorgeous. Show them the sole. See if you can see the thickness. I mean, look at that. That's a bit out of focus, but there you go. The width, I was saying, we were talking to Al a minute ago, the width of the heel section of the sole is narrower than my pinky.
I'll contrast it against my head.
This is how you slash his head down the middle like a watermelon.
Oh, man.
They're sick.
Yeah, so we just done a little video and I done some testing on it.
Yep. You hit 10 shots or so
10 shots or so with them. just honestly, like, one of the most enjoyable testing experiences
Really?
I've ever had.
Well, there you go.
They felt very different. I mean, and I've tried 1025 carbon steel irons before.
Yep.
Is it the tungsten? Is it the 1025? It's probably everything.
A little bit of
It's
both.
a shaft I play, X100 tour issue.
True.
It's a soft feel. It's very solid. I mean,
Sole width is probably actually good for you through the strike.
so width was good. I mean, we saw some of the better ball flights we've ever really seen in a bay for me.
Oh, by far. Like you had, I mean, obviously they're weak lofted, so the yardage wasn't quite there. But in terms of really tight little draws, you'd like to hit those sort of neutral draws.
Yeah.
Your worst shot was like on the front right of the green.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't hit any crap shots.
No, the shape was pretty much straight.
I mean, they're not forgiving. We won't give people the impression that they're forgiving. You hit one like a groove low, and it was like 10 yards short, but they're cool.
Sid Nichols is my favourite. I'm getting them. Don't care
know.
if I can't hit them.
Well, they're not. Yeah, I think what we were saying in
Sid,
the video. Like, I think a bunch of people just put them up on the wall, and
You're officially a friend of mine.
to be honest with you, in a year and a half, there's pretty few times where you've tried something and you've actually been that excited. Maybe never. Usually, you're just kind of like, nah, it's kind of okay.
Well, at this point, to be honest, we kind of test and try everything. It's
Tough
just
to get
it's
excited.
kind of ho hum. Like, here's another one. This was not like that.
No.
This was not like
It's very cool. Very, very cool. So that video is going to be a priority to get out as soon as possible. I'm probably going to get up at the crack of dawn tomorrow and hopefully have that out tomorrow or possibly Wednesday. All right.
That's cool.
Let me take this one from our friend from Finland.
Nova
It
Scene,
is 1:10 in the morning. Thanks for tuning in.
Finland.
It's commitment. I love it. So he's got an M6. Goes right off of center strikes as a right-handed player. He had a fitting for a G410, and I would assume it is going much straighter. G-switch. Is there any reason why an M6 would be going right for him where a G410 is not?
Just face rotation. Just purely based off of face rotation. There could be a bunch of reasons.
Weight balance or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, CG location, potentially further back on the Gs that are making the head rotate a little bit. But
Oh, okay.
no, I mean, nothing kind of crazy that stands out there. Who knows the weight, the balance, the swing weight. We see all those little key elements and how they all create timing. I think the only thing that you should be worrying about is, the fact that the fitter got you long and straight with the G410. Game on.
There sometimes doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Sometimes do you really need to know the reason? If it works, it works.
Yeah, I mean, and if you were doing it on quad and you were able to track strike point and you're able to, if you were able to basically see that strike point is exactly the same. It's one of the things I always look for. Is the strike the same? Is the face to path relationship? What is that doing? All that sort of stuff. Like, I look at everything and then I can strip back what I think the club is doing based on all the information I have in front of me.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting a follow-up from Joe. Joe says, he said this before. Joe's your swing double, he says.
Joe, you and I, pal. Yep. You and I.
It'd be funny.
Joe, Joe, just ask me questions like, Ian, go test this shaft, this head for me, tell me your results. I'll do that for you, pal.
And email
it's
it
no
to me. Just those TW irons and let me know if I should buy them.
That's right, buy them.
Why don't you take one from the present? I'm hanging out in the past still.
Definitely. Jonathan said thank you. Jonathan, who asked the question about the fitter.
Good.
Jonathan said thank you for the feedback.
You're welcome.
I'm glad that that was how that was received. I really wasn't having a pop at all.
You're not doing him a favor unless
that's right.
It's I don't know what I would compare it to, but at a certain point with anything in life, it's like if you go to the mechanic, you may not know a lot about cars, but you've got to at least ask the questions.
No, thank you,
take control
Jonathan, for coming back and letting us know. That's awesome.
That was good.
Yeah. Kyle, is there differences between manufacturers' wedge flex? I find myself hitting it straighter with some and fanning right with others. Thanks. Manufacturers' wedge. To be honest, Kyle, there aren't really, other than Ping, there really aren't any manufacturers who are making their own shafts.
He's probably asking because, I think Vokey's. I don't know that it says Dynamic Gold S200 on it. I think it says Vokey wedge flex. So maybe that's what it means.
And if you go on the Vokey website, Kyle, you'll see that it's a dynamic.
So
gold.
unless he's trying a Ping and then something else, they're probably the same shaft.
And unless it's a Ping, you're either going to get an S2, an S3, or an S4.
Okay.
Some companies will maybe put like a Modus 105. I think
Oh, yeah.
I want to say Mizuno S18 is modus 105.
Nice.
Something like that. There's a couple other companies that do slightly different ones, but like we saw with you when we were doing wedge shaft testing with you, Matty. I mean,
Yeah.
Weight plays
it does.
a role with tempo.
Yep.
Is it going to play a role with specifically face angle? Maybe not. I mean, I'd be curious. Are you able to separate that the lie angle wasn't off?
I knew you were going to say that.
That's
Could be, right?
one of the biggest things. Yeah. There's again, we just need so many information
No,
points.
for sure. But you could say possibly, but probably not. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Question from Garrett. You took this already, didn't you?
I did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Garrett, if you didn't catch us earlier, rewind. Good question. I'm going to go. Was I looking for? Oh, no, we got it from Drew. Who was the question that we needed to follow up with? I'm sorry. You take one while I find
Yeah,
this.
well, I'm going to quickly. Graham from TaylorMade's asking how I like the P7T dubs.
Is he texting?
Yeah, he just sent me a
Tell him to
message.
tune in and rewind.
Yeah, rewind.
Yeah, it was good of Graham to drop those babies off.
It really was. It was. Gunnar, too much distance talk. What professional slugger does not hit it high? Also got fitted myself.
Keep an eye out for a follow-up from Paul.
Okay.
With a purple thing. We need to get more information about why those shafts are so different.
True.
I just want to keep an eye out for that. Okay. Sorry, you go, Brian.
Too much distance talk. What professional slugger does not hit it high also? What professional slugger does not hit it high also? Got fitted myself for Epic Flash 9 degree even flow T1100 6.0 65 gram added distance and accuracy. Can work it low if I want.
I'm not sure that's a question.
I'm not sure what that is either, Gunnar. Maybe shoot is like if there's a question in there.
We'll follow up.
It seems like a statement.
Okay. What is the best way to get into the club making business? Club building, club making in the States?
I would go and see Larry Baldridge at the Mitchell Golf School in Dayton, Ohio. Larry's a good friend of mine.
Is that the people that make the machines?
Yeah,
Mitchell,
Yep. So they've relaunched the golf schools where you can actually go there for like a 5-day kind of class. And Larry's one of the most knowledgeable, smartest, best people in the golf industry. A really, really top guy. So awesome. I could not, endorse him or that school high enough.
All right.
I've actually done it myself.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, must be okay then. Quickly take this from Nick. Nick is going for a gap fitting. He's asking what he should ask at a fitting. Nick, you need to go watch the video we made called How to Get the Most Out of Your Fitting.
Go watch that. That's 30 minutes really well spent.
We're not going to give you as good of an answer as you can get in
No,
that
I mean we're going to do it. We're going to do it zero justice.
Yeah. But make sure you ask a lot of questions. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, let's take this really quick. Higher MOI driver, M6 or G410 Plus? If you had to guess.
G410.
It'll be higher?
Yeah.
Because it's basically a G410 Max, which is
very
high. Okay. Okay, we took Whisker's question.
Whisker.
Thank you, Whisker. Paul. You take one. I will catch up us shade.
Where are we at? Any news on the new Titleist irons coming late this summer?
Concept?
720s they're asking, obviously, because we had 712, 714, 716, 718.
They're not asking about that concept iron?
No. There's new ones coming, new MBs and CBs, with last year being a TS year. Nothing yet. No, I think Titleist have been focused on obviously launching TS4.
Oh yeah, someone asked
concept. So that sort of thing.
All right.
Andrew has a good one. I really like this. 3 or 5 wood benefits for the average Joe, please. 3 wood, obviously, most people will carry a 3 wood. The times you wouldn't want to carry a 3 wood is if you basically deduct dynamic loft too much. If you lean the shaft a little bit, you're a little bit steep.
Yep. You got a full video on that.
Yep.
Fairway wood loft if you want a little more detail.
The other time would be, Andrew, if you don't have enough speed in order to create a lift.
Yep.
So,
all right.
Both of those things.
Let me take this one from from Todd. Okay. Todd, what?
That's a beauty.
What's that?
Phil Smith. I've been reading on forums that Project X shafts are harsh on the hands. Is that rubbish?
Sorry, what? Say that again?
I've been reading on the forums that Project X shafts are harsh on the hands. Is this rubbish?
I would say probably.
Yes.
Did you read it on the forum? It might be rubbish.
The forum might be rubbish?
I don't know what forum it is. We don't have a forum, so
we don't have a forum.
I'm not sticking my foot in my mouth.
No, it definitely. There's
who knows? Don't take advice from people on a forum. Take advice from people that know what
Project
they're talking
X shafts are not harsh in the hands.
They're nice. They're smooth.
Nice.
They're lovely. Okay. Todd enjoyed us having Chris Vishal on from Mizuno. So did we.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it. Yeah.
He's loving his Hot Metal Pros with Tour L. I'm assuming
that's
that's
a great
Project
set.
X Tour LZs.
That's a really good set.
Have you done mixed sets of Hot Metal Pro and 919 Tours?
Not the tours. No, we have not done
Tours
tours.
Are small?
Yeah, we've done Hot Metal Pro with 919 forged. We have done Hot Metal Pros with split cavity MP18s, as played by yours truly.
Yep.
So,
is there any reason not to? If he likes those tours,
it's quite a contrast. I mean, it depends. Obviously the 19 tours are very small. Hot Metal Pros, but if you're just using the Hot Metal Pro as maybe like I do, I use it as just an iron, like a driving iron.
It's basically a driving iron for you?
Basically. Like I wouldn't have like a 4, 5, 6, then transition. I don't think that makes sense. No.
Fair enough. All right. Nova's quickly asking how much the T-dubs cost in Canada. They are $2,599 because our dollar is garbage.
Rick Wayne, what does counterbalancing irons do? Raises balance point, changes feel, changes load. Ultimately, you don't know what anything. Those are the static things that it just does.
Right.
The dynamic things that it does have to be tested in a fit. So really, you don't know whether the club head's going to accelerate. You don't know are you going to gain club head speed. You absolutely don't know. Those are some concepts of what might happen. But is it really going to happen? You're going to have to basically do it and then test it.
Right.
If I'm in a fit with someone, and like with you, where you were leaving the face open, and I went counterbalance, and then you went squared it up.
But it might not have done that.
Might not have done that. It was just that. It was for me. It was a theory of how I could have fixed that kind of impact at that time.
Nice, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean. Any suggestions on getting off tee more effectively? He's struggling with a two-way miss, extremely fast ball speed.
180 ball speeds.
2-iron goes 275. So he's basically asking what can he do with a lot of speed to get himself...
What golf course are you playing, Sean, that 270 off the tee is too long? 275 is too long?
Of course it's too short, Sean.
You got to get into bigger golf
Honestly,
course.
I'd be curious if he's taking lessons or if he's been in for a fitting. I've been down the two-way miss road myself. It's not a good time.
The first thing to establish is eliminating one half of the golf course.
Agree.
So get together, someone like myself, or like a fitter who would understand how to do that. Look at your delivery dynamics. Look at your strike consistency and establish which side of the course is the easiest to eliminate.
Right.
Then go about building a package to eliminate that. So for example, if you are into out and you're predominantly striking it on the toe, you're not as worried about the fade side of the golf course as you would be over the hook side. So you're going to start building. Now, you want to encourage the draw, right? Because you don't want to fight the path.
You're not going to try to start hitting a fade, basically.
But you're going to control the shape, and you're going to try to eliminate that right side. So eliminating the one side of the course is the best.
Sort of a go-to shot, I guess, would be the... Don't give up on your driver, though, Sean.
Oh.
Golf is more fun with the driver. Okay, you want to take one from...
Yep. Alexander, hey guys, any 3-wood recommendations for a 9 handicap? I would say a 9 handicap, go out there and try TaylorMade M6.
I like that M6.
Yeah, it's good. The fairway's good. I was a big fan of M4 last year as well.
True,
good footprint. I would get out there for sure and try G410. I would get out there and try Epic Flash. Okay. There's 3 to try.
Those are all good.
Yeah.
Okay, from Matthew, he's asking if you should tip a shaft in a TM adapter for a driver. So,
sorry, say that again.
So he's asking when you have, I guess, the shaft built up for a TaylorMade adapter in the driver. I'm not sure exactly what he means by shaft seat either tipped an inch. Is that just a standard process?
Yeah. So basically, in order to, so what basically Matthew's talking about there is the insertion depth of a shaft sleeve versus an old school hosel. So if you think back to when we were playing through bore heads, like in Titleist, that sort of thing. I mean, it was almost like 3 inches that shaft was. It was all the way in there. It was, you're inserting that all the way into the head plus the length of a fairly sizable hosel, and obviously we'd cut that to length. So it would.
So you would definitely do that.
I would definitely. So minimum in here in the retail environment, Matthew, the standard tipping is 1/2 inch. On tour, you're looking at more like 1 inch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, so Paul has followed up. So Paul had tried an Acra 465 versus his Atmos Black and had a huge fall. Remember, he had a huge fall up in ball speed, 10 mile an hour difference.
Skytrack and about both laws.
So that would be probably your issue.
Yeah.
So
Paul, I would validate that on a better system.
I would say for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I've seen TrackMan or GC Core.
Yeah, I've just seen a lot of anomalies and bad numbers. I mean, I remember, not to bash any one company, but I had a bad experience one time working with a tour player at Grand Cypress in Orlando, where I had a launch monitor with me, and the numbers were so horrendous that it literally was embarrassing trying to fit her. And she just won on tour literally a few weeks back, and we were testing some stuff, and the numbers were so all over the map and so jumping. I'm like, we were on the range in Florida, so we could see what the ball was kind of doing and how consistent it was. These numbers were so all over the map, and this was with a premium launch monitor. Yeah. This is one of the top companies in the game. So I've seen so many bad readings that I put that down to bad readings for sure.
Be skeptical. Okay, Paul. Hopefully that answers your question. William is asking if I'm going to play the ST190 with the Ryzen. William, I don't know yet, but maybe.
We had a conversation about that today, didn't we?
We did.
We had a conversation.
Driver testing will continue. We did some PXGs today.
Yeah.
All right, why don't you take one while I scroll?
Owen Davies, why do even roll putters work so much better on lag putts than other models? Rolls better than my Bobby Grace. Because that's the right one for you. That doesn't mean the next guy is going to go buy an even roll and have the same success. I've tried even roll. I putt much better with Bobby Grace, so I'm flip reverse than Owen. It's just the one that suits your stroke the best on.
Yeah. So it would be kind of like saying Epic Flash Sub-Zero is great for me because I hit a spinny ball, and someone else says it's terrible for them, kind of thing. Same, just a fitting issue or a fitting variance.
Yep.
Bandit is asking if there are new PXG irons coming out.
Not that we've heard.
Not that we've heard, Bandit.
No. To be fair, we're not sort of in the know when it comes to what's happening really with PXG.
Who would know that?
One thing we did get this morning, which was incredible service, was Stu dropped off the heads for us to test. That was awesome.
Oh no, we're not saying that PXG isn't telling us, but that would be like advanced. Sign an NDA, don't tell anyone kind of.
We don't have that
information.
We don't have that arrangement.
Okay, you take one.
We have a question from Patrice. How long till Matty's 2019 fittings? When is that happening? You've had a little break from practice and you've been recovering.
I don't know that I want to do the fitting right now.
No.
But I would say we can do it in May. Why don't we just do it in May?
Really? May? A short golf season in Toronto?
Okay, let's do it at the end of it. Well,
I would say
you're away, I'm away. It's going to be a compacted schedule.
I know, it's true. Well, your course is going to open probably Easter weekend? No. The week after?
Yeah, at the earliest. Dude, I don't.
Are they
your course is way in the West End. The West End course is open earlier. They always do.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's quite significant, like a week.
Can be. No, there's a lot of reasons. Is yours a club link? I can't remember.
I don't. This year I haven't committed to wearing play.
Well, regardless, I think it depends on. Like my club is, I would say, cautiously optimistic with the spring. They're not an early opener.
Yeah.
They're not a late opener either.
Right.
I don't remember playing golf in April very many times recently. We'll say conservatively early May.
Yeah.
Look at those things.
Interesting. Right, Rick has, so GC Quad says Matt hits it 340. How far does Matt hit it on the course? Now, Matt hits it 340 in GC Quad because GC Quad rolls out 25, 30 yards.
Yeah, it's not,
For
it's
the
not
most part.
flying at 340.
No, I mean, I think
It's condition based.
when it comes to launch monitors, Rick, you always want to pay attention to the carry number.
Don't look at rollout.
No.
Because those rollout numbers are dead flat, firm, or not firm, they're medium conditions we always headed to.
Yeah.
No, I don't fly the ball 340.
No, I would say, Matt fly at 300, 310? Absolutely. Yeah, I can vouch for that. I've played with it and seen it.
Into the trees.
No.
All right. Lucas is asking about an outdoor fitting day in Toronto. Don't think you're going to be doing outdoor fittings for customers, but we'll be shooting some outdoor fitting videos, if that's what you mean, Lucas. You're gonna fit customers outdoors? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
For everything, or just like... Oh, no, I'm stupid. Yeah, you are going to do that. Okay.
We'll have an outdoor...
Disregard.
We will have an outdoor option...
This year?
This year. Okay. I would say from sort of June... I'd say tentatively June 1st onwards.
Seasonally.
Yeah. June 1st to the end of September.
I totally forgot about that. Yes. All right.
Masters prediction.
Don't have one. I would like to see, if not Tiger, I would like to see Rory. If not Rory, I would like to see... I don't even know who would be next on my list. Who's next on your list? I know you're Tiger, Rory as well. First two, no? Like who you'd like to see win?
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Tiger for sure. Rory, because I want to see him win the career Grand Slam. I'd really love to see that.
I don't know that I would put money down on those two, but I would like to see it happen.
I mean, I like Justin Rose. He's not my favourite golfer by any means, but I like him. I would like to see him win there. I feel like he's overdue there. He's played so well so many times.
Yep.
I'd like to see him get that major. I think a green jacket would be deserving for him.
Yep. Agreed.
We done our episode of the 14 with Johnny this morning, and his dark horse pick, when he said it, I went, I'd love to see that.
Who was
Fleetwood.
Oh yeah, me too.
Would love to see Tommy Fleetwood. In fact, I'm going to say, for me, Tiger, because it's Tiger, Rory, because the career Grand Slam, and if it's not those two, Tommy Fleetwood.
Right.
For me.
I would like to see. Yeah, I'd like to see him finish off. He's had some rough Sundays, hasn't he?
Yeah. Thoughts on Corey Connors' win yesterday?
It's good. It's great.
Loved that win.
Monday qualifier,
Loved
Canadian
win.
guy.
Yeah.
What else can you say? It's awesome.
I know. So good for Canadian golf. To be honest though, Canadians have been knocking on the door for a little while. Hadwin's been playing good. And, Mackenzie Hughes finished one shot off the lead when McDowell won the other week in, was that Puerto Rico?
Yes, it was. Yep.
I mean, the Canadians have been knocking on the door, and in Canada, there's no doubt about it. Like it gets people talking golf, and this is playoff time for hockey, so and basketball. Yep. So to have golf as a conversation piece at that point.
Pre-Masters, it's
it takes something like that to be to happen for that to be a topic. Even just this morning, I was in the gym this morning, and all the TVs in the gym, and golf was on there a lot. Yeah, and that was why.
It always happens when someone Mackenzie Hughes was the same. Hadwin was the same. I want to see someone win. Once every year, once every 2 years. We haven't really had a Canadian since like Mike Weir that's won. Well, I shouldn't say that. Stephen Ames won a bunch of times too, but no one's been like they've been good finishers.
I know.
Hearn and these guys are had great careers.
Good players.
I'd like to see someone win like a tournament a year every couple of years.
What about the card? Did you watch much of it or not?
I watched a good amount of it. Yeah. I missed him making 4 birdies, 4 bogeys on the front. I just saw the back.
So I went outside yesterday. It was relatively mild here yesterday. I went outside to hit a bucket of balls to a local driving range. Yeah, and and then. So I saw that Corey had made 4 birdies, and I'm like, wow, that's insane. Like, what do you have? Like a 3-shot lead. And then I was on the phone to Johnny Wonder. We were chatting about the bag. We're basically having a little chat on his gear and stuff like that. And we were chatting about this and that. And he's like, "Yeah, it's done. The tournament's done." I literally got home and he'd made his first bogey. And I was like, "Oh, this could get interesting." Puts it in the bunker in the par 3, makes another bogey. Charlie Hoffman had, or was it Siwa came out? Someone had a chance for a two-way swing anyway.
Yep.
And then it just kind of fell apart. Like he wasn't hitting bad shots necessarily.
Just
making
leaking
bogeys,
oil, basically.
not getting up and down.
Yep.
He needed to get so up and down. But the way he reacted to it, was absolutely wild. It was, was he have 10 birdies,
I think
4 bogeys, 4 pars.
Yeah. When I turned it on, he had only 3 pars. This was ridiculous.
That's crazy.
I was trying to explain to my friend who doesn't play a lot of golf. He's like, why is that interesting? I said, well, he basically hasn't made any pars. All right. Why don't you grab one while I scroll?
For sure. Zachary, best irons for a 9 handicap from the past year, boys. 9 handicapper from the past year. If you're out there and about, you're looking for a little bargain, I'm assuming. I would dive out and pick yourself up a set of 565 Strixons.
Yes.
Hard to see past that.
Save what do you think? You'd save like $400 right now, at least?
Yeah, you might.
Something like that.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, Strixon still, they still are not they're still an unknown quantity in a lot of people's kind of eyes. I still get people all the time going,
what's
really,
that?
Strixon?
The market share is not. I'll be totally honest. Before I ever came here, I had seen one person ever with a set of Strixon irons.
Well, little spoiler, like we done a fit for one of our friends today, Mr. Galvin Green Canada, Jonathan Wong, and he was blown away at the performance of the Strixons. We were looking for some specific kind of flight characteristics, and that was just just wild for him, wasn't it?
As good as I've ever seen him hit his irons.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
That video is going to be really good. Look for a low handicap iron fitting video this week. We're really checking the boxes today.
Feels like it.
Let me take this one from
Yeah.
Kellen. So Kellen swings 97 miles an hour, 10 to 12 launch, hits up on it, low spin, carries 220, lots of roll. He's playing in 2016 M1 8.5 degree Kurokaji S. Is that optimal? So launch 10 to 12, spin 1500 to 1800. I would say that's not optimal.
Too little loft to start.
Okay, so that loft should be...
Kellen, if you can, take that shaft of yours, if you like it, I'd say if you like it, see if you can trade online your 8.5 for someone's 2016 M2 9.5, and you could be onto a little winner there. No money exchanged, little swap. Somebody who's hitting their M2 9.5 too high,
Which
you
I'm
can
sure there's people out there.
you can trade them in, and you can give them your little M1. That'd be a nice little trade.
Sounds good. Yeah, absolutely.
$0 spent.
Absolutely, because it's just he's not in a he doesn't have a common issue. He doesn't have enough spin on his driver, so he just needs a little bit different CG location.
Yep,
All
Drake
right.
Square Briggs. Can I send you guys a putter to put a stability shaft? You can. Yeah, absolutely you can. And I think Drake had a second one.
All right.
What graphite shaft would you recommend for Strixon U85? Swing speed 115 with driver, 4 degrees into out, 4 down.
The hybrid.
Like a little tip action. I would go with a Diamana Thump 90X.
Yeah, you love that shaft, eh?
It's good in that, especially if you like to feel the shaft release a little bit more. If you like to feel it kick, be a good one.
How about this beautiful atrium lighting coming in right now?
I know. Is it lighting us up like
it's
Christmas tree? Is it nice?
No, it's not like the blinding horrible.
No.
Where I get OCD and move everything. Okay. So we've got. Thank you for this, by the way. Question about an Epic Flash Sub-Zero. So wants to configure it like the Rogue Sub-Zero, where the 14 gram was in the front and 2 gram weight was in the back. He has a handful of screws and slider weights. Can I add some weights, or is the internal weighting of the head different? So basically wants to set up the Epic Flash Sub-Zero the same as the Rogue Sub-Zero. Can you do that?
No.
What is the difference?
Yeah, you need to get some custom weights.
Let me get a head. I'm having trouble picturing that.
Slider weights. Yeah, I mean, if you have the slider weights and the screw for the front, you can certainly do that.
So this weight needs to be custom and needs to be heavier.
So that one would need to be. Well, there's going to be a 14.
In
so
there?
he wants to put like a 14 gram there and a 2 in the back.
Did they make it 2?
He's saying he's got a slider, he's got a few different. I've got a handful of screws and slider weights. If you have a 2 gram weight for the back, then fine. I mean, to be honest, I would literally just say go get yourself. Or do you say you've already?
Yeah, he's got one coming. Wants to set it up.
If you want to set it up like a Rogue Sub-Zero, I wouldn't bother changing.
Because it's
not that much different. I mean, I've got.
Rogue you don't think they're that much different? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
I wouldn't change it. I would. If you want 14 grams in the front, 2 in the back, and you want it like your Rogue Sub-Zero, stick your Rogue Sub-Zero. I would not change it.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Yep, for sure. Yeah, unless kind of the next phase where Larry and I do some more stuff that neutralises my flight a little bit, flattens it more than I would like.
Okay. Take spin off.
Yeah, well, I think what we're planning on working on may bring launch down a little bit.
Oh, you think so?
Okay. Yeah. So when I was down in Florida, my launch was definitely lower, noticeably lower.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was getting a lot of run out the drives, but I wasn't carrying it quite as far. So I might need a slightly different setup.
Because you've just got like the absolute low spin monsters usually, right? That's usually.
And hopefully I should start to get a little bit more spin. But I definitely noticed I was spinning everything a little bit more, which is nice.
It's good, yeah. Well, it's good for you. You want that in your irons for sure, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Open from Cameron. Thank you, Cameron.
Nice, Cameron.
Okay, so standard Project X versus the LZ edition. Any reason I'd hit the LZ 10 yards shorter? So he's got a set of Z765 still in wrappers. Oh, he's asking about KBS. Okay, well, take the LZ over the Project X first. What would cause someone to be that much shorter? It's a lot.
Just and it's back to that one earlier on with the 8 to 10 mile an hour ball speed loss.
Yeah.
Possible. A ton of things. You could be mishitting it slightly. You could not be timing it quite as well. You could be spinning it differently. There are a lot of things happening there to create that distance loss.
Just not as good of a fit would be the easiest answer.
Just not. Is doesn't suit you as much as the other one.
So let's take that to the last step then. So obviously,
I will say that what these things will Matty. If I see that in a fit. It's kind of like today with when we were doing some testing with Jonathan, we were testing different golf balls.
Yeah.
There was a difference, and to be honest, like I didn't believe it until we saw a perfect strike.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right? So sometimes with these things I go, well, maybe you just didn't hit it quite as good in the window of time that you tried that particular set makeup.
That's true.
Depends how many shots you tried with it. If you try 4 or 5 shots, it's very, very plausible to think that you maybe mishit those 4 or 5 shots.
So they weren't being selective enough with the weren't being selective enough.
Like if you revisited it and done it again, would it show up the same thing? If it did, then you know there's a big discrepancy. But
double checking essentially, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Cameron. Hopefully that helps. Take one from the present there while you're looking.
So. P-Flan, haha, too late, already bought it. So he's already got his Epic Flash.
Well, maybe let's say he is getting a bit more ball speed or something out of it. Who knows?
Who knows?
I think I got better numbers when I hit Epic Flash versus Rogue, but it's also hard to say because that was one day. As you say, it could have just been the day. I will take this one from... Good question from Dustin. I think a lot of people ask this. Give me your kind of top tips for lowering a ball flight. What do you look to for lowering someone's ball flight?
Strike it slightly lower in the head. Obviously less loft.
Loft is probably the number one, you'd say, to bring a flight down? Depending on,
I mean,
I mean, maybe the head design?
I would say that 3. I mean, really, strike point would sort of be primary. I'd be looking for a very centered strike. Certainly on the equator of the club, so that on the roll, the vertical roll of the face, you're not encouraging too much loft. I mean, we always talk about the 3 degrees of change from top to bottom. So, if that 9.5 degree driver has been hitting the top, it's an 11 degree driver.
Yes.
So you got to hit it at the point where it is 9.5. So I would say that's very important. I would say CG location and obviously static loft. Yeah. And probably adding a fourth. What do you do with that loft in rotation?
True.
So are you able to lose the loft in rotation, or are you retaining it through the head not
open,
not rotating enough?
All right. Nova's asking if the season has started in Canada already. Not really, but not.
Yeah, the public courses I
Some of
think
them are-
opened. Yeah, I think that the Caniff course is opened this weekend. So
They are
Linehead.
the earliest.
I
Yeah,
know,
they are
well.
disproportionately earlier than everyone else.
Yeah, they're that's a revenue machine.
So you can play golf right now.
Yeah, you can play right
Today,
now.
honestly, today you
Today you
definitely
could
can
go
play.
play.
Golf. Yep.
We could go play today. Today would be warmer than the day we played Bay Hill in
That's so
Orlando.
true. Oh, that was so bad.
That was
We
a
were
dark
cold.
day. It's a dark day.
The 80-kilometer winds.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get something different than what we've been talking about. Owen says he got a Ben Hogan PTX 4-iron after our review. It's good. Says it's working well for him. It's
Nice.
good to hear.
Good irons. Good irons.
Yeah, honestly, I thought those were awesome. I really did. Really do.
Bobby D, Matt and Ian, when are you going to get? When you guys going to do your what's in the bag for the season? That's a good question.
I think it'll be late summer.
Mine's pretty set.
You're going to switch your driver. What are you talking about? You're not going to get a new driver. Your 3-wood is 400 years old. You're getting a new 3-wood. I'm not coming here anymore if you're getting a new 3-wood, okay? I'll put my foot down. Your customers demand that you get a new 3-wood.
We've got to stand by our principles. If it works, we keep it.
But you haven't tried enough stuff.
Dude, you should have seen the shots.
Oh, were you smoking it?
Not that one, the hybrid, that little X2 hot
Oh, you
hybrid.
love that thing.
Oh.
But you got to at least humor me and try the Mizuno thing.
yeah.
I think you might like it.
The first day we played in Orlando at Eagle Creek, I think I had hybrid into 3 par 5s.
Oh, really?
Par
5s are good there.
Good, yeah. I had 3 Eagle putts. The thing was just on fire. Made it legal at the last to
Did
take
you?
the skins off the boys.
On 18?
On 18. Nice
a good
little
one.
drive in
Yeah, I
there.
like that one.
245 to the stick. Little hybrid over the water. Feast or famine that day. 7 bogeys, 6 birdies, an eagle, and 4 pars.
Corey Connors,
A
right?
mess. It was.
So no, you're not buying a new hybrid? Or getting a new
Not
hybrid?
not going near a new hybrid.
Wow.
Not going near it.
All right.
Yeah.
Heard
No,
it.
I think.
You heard
as
it
I
here
say,
first, folks.
I hit balls yesterday. I think my bag is I think it's set for the year.
Okay. Well, people will want to hear about your irons eventually. So yes, we will do. We'll do a video, but it'll be later in the season. There's
The
no
wedges are huge.
Oh yeah, you got new wedges too.
I did.
You liking them?
Love them.
No more high toe. High toes in or out? Okay. Find out later.
We will see.
You like to be mysterious, huh? Alrighty, I am just catching up to the Masters banter. So why don't you take one?
Willie is asking, given the choice, would you use a good fitter with limited options and a GC quad, or one with more options and a TrackMan? It's a good question.
Love these questions.
It's a really good question. What would you do, knowing what you know now?
I would go indoors.
That's the question I would ask.
Yeah,
That'd be the
indoors.
first question. Willie, I'm assuming you mean indoors,
Yeah.
because that'd be your only reason to question TrackMan. Yeah.
If it's outdoors, then go to the one with more options than TrackMan. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Shall I? I got one more ready.
Go for it.
I shouldn't say one more. I have one ready. Oh, you took this from Dustin.
Did
We
we
did,
any
yeah.
tips to lure?
Penetrating ball flight. I swear. Yeah, we took this. We took this from Dustin.
Okay.
Yep, we did. You
Cool.
said loft and a number of other things.
Yep.
Steve-O is asking about, this is a good question as well, it's actually a good segue because we were just talking about launch monitors. So he's asking when the ball and club head speed are measured on launch monitors. So club head speed is measured...
So there's actually a parameter on quad that basically says club head speed at point of impact, at point of contact.
okay.
Yeah. So so it's contact.
Which is the most relevant time, I guess,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
And ball speed is what? Same thing? Once the ball has... What is it? Once the ball detaches from the face?
It's exit.
So as soon as there's
velocity.
space between the...
Yeah. Yeah, on separation.
And TrackMan is different for club bed speed, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Go for it.
Dave's filling. Rick Shields is organising a YouTube golf day. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
No idea. 6th of May. Did you guys get an invite? We did not get an invite. No.
It was too late. Ian was booked.
We were still going to go because it was a Monday. We just
the flights are brutal. To be fair,
Yeah.
we were still going to go. It's in Manchester, and you can't fly direct from Toronto to Manchester. So it would have been. Oh, I texted you. It was like 12 hours of travel, and we needed to be back the next day to work. It's not going to happen.
100%. To be honest, and I'll say this, it was. I think it was an inside. I think it was an inside deal anyway.
Yeah.
I think, absolutely. I think. Well,
He said you could come.
In February, and then we asked him about details of travel and stuff like that, and crickets.
Forgot about us.
Yeah.
We will try to go next year. We just need a little more notice, and we may combine it with some other activities in the homeland.
It was. I mean, obviously, Rick was. I'm sure, trying to finalise details on his end.
Juggling a million things.
Trying to organise a tournament is not an easy thing to do.
Tough.
So he obviously, I mean, if he could have announced it earlier, I mean, he'd want more time.
Oh, for sure.
But you know, he announced it when he could announce it, and by that time, unfortunately, it was too late for us. I mean, like you said, we actually looked at it trying to fly out on the Saturday, get there the Sunday, play in the event on the 6th on the Monday, fly home on the Monday night because I've got fits on the 7th on the Tuesday.
It just wasn't feasible. The flights were so bad.
It was going to be crazy. Yeah.
A direct flight, fine, but no connections.
Yeah.
Maybe next year. All right.
Novacine. Ian, would you ever fit anyone indoors with TrackMan and the metal dots? I've done it for years. Prior to GC Quad, I was a TrackMan guy for years. I don't feel like anyone got a bad fit. I just feel like right now I can give a slightly different, more detailed reflection on basically the shot based on impact location and some other key features that Quad has. I feel like my education that I got on TrackMan though has kind of molded me into the fitter that I am.
I was just going to say that, like, you may have found this as a good machine indoors and stuff, but TrackMan I think has done a big service to the industry in general. I mean, they really sort of, in a way, pioneered the amount of knowledge that people have about the swing and ball flight. Is, you know, whether you want it indoors or not, you used it for what, 10 years you said or something? 2006 till what, 2 years ago?
So literally, we started TXG in 2016.
So there you go, 10 years. I'm going to take this from Tom regarding a popular question. Let's do this. If someone wants to send us any of the reasonably priced launch monitors, we promise we will mail it back to you.
Yeah.
We are not going to be able to get them on our own, and we're not going to go and buy $5,000 worth of personal launch monitors. So if anyone that watches the channel and wants to see any of these things reviewed, honestly, mail it to us. We will mail it back to you when we're done. We're happy to do it, but those companies are not going to send us one apparently. So unless that changes, unless they see this video and they send it, please feel free. If it comes in the mail, we'll review it. Okay. Do you have one ready?
Feelings on top tracer technology.
I love the tracer. I love the tracer. The numbers are crap.
The numbers are questionable at best.
Yeah.
The TrackMan is way out in front of the player.
I almost texted you a picture of one where I saw I'm hitting the ball.
Yeah.
TrackMan's literally over there.
It's way out in front.
Do you think that's what screws it up? The carry yardages and stuff? How could it know? Can they offset that?
I mean, it's getting some kind of measurement. You know, I've just seen so many like 178 ball speed, 289 carry, and it's like, what?
The launch, I mean, it's not impossible, but it would need to be into the wind and hit in a very spinny sort of... I love the tracer, though. Honestly, the tracer is probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen on golf broadcasts. So Drake was asking about his U85 driving iron. Can he use that in a driving iron? Remember you said the thump?
Yeah.
So we can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
That's because I kept saying, is it a hybrid? That's why. So fair enough. Okay, good.
You can, well, it depends where you take it. So if you take it to obviously a club builder who has full, workshop capabilities, you're either going to remount the inside diameter of the iron, turn it into 370, or this is going to sound a little hokey, but it happens on tour all the time. the guys will take a 370 tip and literally shave it down, because the wall thickness is still so thick. You're absolutely not influencing the characteristics. The fact that shaft goes into the head and there's no movement on the hosel, you are not influencing the dynamics on the shaft at all. So yeah, you can either remount the iron or you can sand down the tip.
Okay. Got a good question from Jason here about golf balls. So he's asking if you would consider changing your golf ball to lower spin on the driver instead of looking at a new driver. So he's got a very low loft club. It looks like he's still launching and spinning it quite a lot, and hitting a draw. Is there a ball that's going to spin significantly less off a driver than a Srixon XV, or he's got to look at a new driver?
There could be a ball that would certainly help,
but enough, because he needs to shave what?
I think what we preach to a lot on this channel is you're never the last club you're trying to cater the golf ball decision to is the driver. Yeah. If you can do it while at least retaining performance or enhancing performance with other clubs, go ahead and do it by all means. But certainly, don't make that decision based upon lowering your spin rate 2, 3, 4, 100 RPMs.
I mean, it would take. We've seen off the driver, even AVX was like 200 RPMs less than Srixon. I don't think it was that much.
I know. No, for sure. I mean, AVX would be the choice.
Would be the choice,
Jason, because that softer compression, like we talked about with Chris. That softer compression, the lower exit, the less spin that's on that. That would certainly be
unless it wrecks your short game, in which case look to another solution.
Start flying greens with wedges.
Yeah, like you killing people at Lake Nona. Some of the groundskeepers in there trimming the bushes.
165-yard wedges.
That was hilarious. The look on your face.
What was good on
my round? Okay. Let's.
Wendell is asking: is the weight on the back of the M5 changeable? Yes. Yeah, it is.
The sliding weight?
Yeah.
Okay, good question.
That's a beauty. Best wedge for a player who tends to thin his wedges.
Is this a question for me? Because I thin. I'm not thin.
I'm not joking. I'm not saying you thin your wedge. I'm just.
I thin them when
asking
I chip.
Your answer.
What glides? I don't know. I thin my Vokies seem to work just fine. I thin them all the time.
I think the best thing is to get a lesson. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
If you're thinning,
I'm not sure what you're fishing for.
If you're thinning your wedges, I mean, maybe weight. Have a look at different weights and see if you're able to time another wedge slightly better. I would look at someone's delivery though, and if you're thinning them,
too shallow.
You can actually thin them as well with the wedges by having too much forward shaft lead. You can actually have the kind of head. I mean, people underestimate how low on the club you actually do and should hit wedges.
I agree with that for sure. When we dot wedges up here and 100%. I hit them, I'm like, well, these feel fine, but they look like I bladed.
If people look at the wedge videos we've done and they see that little circle at the bottom, they're like, oh, Matt was thin it today. That's just where people strike wedges.
Where the strike is. Even irons. I think people feel like the iron strike is like there on the iron. It's not. There's no way. Like, how can a golf ball get up there without you fatting it? All right.
Mike is asking, you guys still thinking of offering tune-up consultations, peeking at some quad numbers? Yeah, Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon.
So I think Mike was just asking.
Aware. Yeah.
Just maybe Mike doesn't know.
Mike, yes, we have that service. Patreon.com/Tour Experience Golf.
Most forgiving iron head for a 5 handicapper who misses high toe in an iron strike. That's interesting. 25% of the time. I play Mizuno MP30s, getting fitted, but wanted your opinion. 5 handicapper who hits a high toe. I mean, do you know what's funny, Matty? More and more in fits, if I see a discrepancy on strike point, and we have a conversation with a player to change their intent, and it happened with Lindsay today. So Lindsay was hitting it in the toe, and we kind of talked about, try and hit a couple in the heel. All of a sudden, she started just buttoning it, because when we make a swing, we try to hit it in the middle. if it happens that we're not hitting in the middle, we have to try to hit it somewhere inside the middle. And I would normally say to people, okay, try and hit a couple on the heel for me, and all of a sudden, like, they start hitting in the middle of the club and go, oh, that felt better, and you go, yeah, well, that's your awareness, your sweet spot awareness is not quite keyed in right now, so you have to try to heal it slightly, and that's the benefit of working with GC Quad, and it can often be the one thing that really stimulates the fitting session to become a really good fitting session. Yeah, it's good, works well. So I would say work a little bit on that strike point. More forgiving irons for 5 handicapper. What would be some good irons for that?
Oh,
that
for
guy?
someone in the fight.
I mean, we like Strixon irons. We like Mizuno.
Like Apex Pros are fairly forgiving.
Apex Pros are fairly forgiving. Yeah. I've had some good success recently with AP3s.
Really?
Thin top line, bit more mass at the bottom. Some people, don't care too much for the sound or feel, but that's subjective. Some people don't care and just love the flight. I've had some wicked fits with that recently, actually.
Is that right?
Really good fits.
It's kind of been sort of, I'm not going to say no one's really been talking about it, but not one that we've looked at.
For sure.
Luke is asking if we're going to be reviewing the new PXG drivers. Yes, we did it today. At long last.
Stephen Sanford is asking the question that's probably been asked 100 times, and we have answered it 99. What has happened with the Super Speed project?
Oh, yeah, you went on about that last week, didn't you?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Do you want to answer it again?
It got derailed. So we done it for 4 weeks, got injured, saw benefits, we see value, definitely give it a try.
Yeah. There's enough. I mean, people were asking how it did for you. I think you've seen enough people already saying it worked well.
For sure.
Nova's asking if he can ship us a ES14 personal launch monitor. You absolutely can. Include your return address. We will return it to you when we are done.
Yeah.
Happy to. That's what Ernest Sports. That's the one that talks to you, I think.
Is it?
Yes. I think I saw a commercial for it. Everyone's asking about these Titleist concept irons. I'm going to say this. I'm blast it. Am I the only one who thinks they're kind of ugly?
Have you seen them?
Yeah, not in person. But
Yeah, I saw the smaller headed ones.
in person?
Yeah.
They look better in person?
Gorgeous.
Okay. Because
Really?
I don't think they look good in photos.
No,
I really
they. Well, you were talking about the font, and you didn't like the contrast. Like you were
just think
looking
it
at
looks
it
weird.
from that perspective.
Yeah, being picky.
Well, I mean, I think beauty's in the eye of the beholder, as we know, and you're looking at things like that because from an artistic standpoint.
Maybe, yeah. I just think like something like the P790s are the same kind of design. They just, to me, they look more modern. I don't know. There's just like i500s to me. They also look a little bit more refined, I guess. But again, it's so many people have said they love the look of them. It's just funny. I just thought they did look great.
I've seen the smaller ones, and I thought they were actually really nice, slim heads.
So there'll be 2 models.
2 models.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. One of them has kind of like black badging or black detailing at the back.
Kenny Pinhigh is asking, is it ladies' night at TXG?
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
Come on by, Kenny. Have a glass of wine. Yeah, Joe's said he had a not great indoor experience on TrackMan. Italicized spin number means estimated.
Yeah, see, that's the problem, Joe.
The spin number is the culprit usually.
Yeah, it is, and the italicized obviously spins are a problem. It's kind of. Joe's tried the concept, said they felt phenomenal.
I didn't realize that I thought they were all like just like media photos. I didn't realize that Titleist had like released them.
Got some. I mean, I think when it comes to TrackMan, you are a little bit in your fate is in the hands of the fitter.
Yeah, if they don't really know what they're doing, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you got to really decipher, the
indoors,
the
by the
delivery
indoors.
From the impact to the result. You've got to understand all those things. Now, I will say this, I'm looking forward at some point, if somebody wants to send us a TrackMan TM4 along with an Ernest Sports. I'm joking.
What a day that'll be.
I'm joking.
No, just line them all up.
I'm looking forward to trying a TM4. I mean, we could get one tomorrow if we wanted a TrackMan 4. I know a lot of people who we could get one of those from, but
an indoor test.
Do a little indoor testing and test the impact location on both, and
agree.
and look
spin
at
numbers and see what.
That would be a good one, wouldn't it?
I agree. dynamic lie is measured differently as well. Like everything's measured differently, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, radar from the perspective of being 9 feet back from impact is
different.
going to read differently from something that's facing impact.
All right, send us a free TrackMan too.
Yeah.
Folks. I got one.
Wheat is telling us that the wife's out of town and he's watching TXG in his underpants.
Great.
How about that?
How else? Are you drinking a tea as well? Look what Ian's mug says.
What does it say? Life is better in pajamas.
Life is better in pajamas. Or your underwear, apparently.
Or your underwears.
Okay. From Spot MFD.
Jeff.
You took this
sorry,
already.
yeah,
Sorry, you took this already.
Jeff, a 35 handicapper here. Awesome.
Hello, Jeff.
Love that, Jeff. You are the envy of the golfing community, and you have no idea why.
I tell us people never believe. I say the same thing. Honestly.
You're the envy of the golfing community. Your golfing life is only going to get better now, whereas the rest of us are maintaining how much worse we get.
But not only that, I think the lower in handicap you get, the more pissed off you get with a round that's outside of your perceived range.
No question, Jeff. Every time you hit a good shot, you're lit up like a Christmas tree.
Whereas the rest of us are like, oh, finally.
I know.
It's a big
difference.
difference.
We hit a couple of good shots, and it's like ho-hum. And I play with golfers all the time, and they're like, well, I don't really know whether to say good shot because I don't know if that was a good one or a bad one, and it's just like, it's fine. I mean,
people are too. That's very. I agree with that. If you play with someone who's a low handicap, they'll hit a shot and you'll be like, oh, that's pretty good. They're like, no, it was crap. It's like, well, have some perspective. He's having some fun. That's good.
Love it.
Okay. What?
John G. Please answer. That's a good way to start your question. Please answer.
We love a please in Canada. Okay, John, what do you got?
Can you optimize roll of a putter by moving the ball forward and back in the stands to see the best roll characteristics from off-the-shelf putter? He's using an Olworks number 7, so the number 7, the Fang, the one that Luke Donald used.
Yep.
He ordered it off eBay.
So can you change how the putter is delivered?
Yeah, you can optimize it, but I don't know how you're going to measure it. Optimize to me would be, if you're optimizing, you're going on there to get every detail right from it.
You'd be doing that on Quintic or something?
Well, I mean, I think you could get on a roll board and look at your roll from an optimization standpoint.
But can't you get a good? You've said this to me. Like, can't you be rolling it well, but other things be wrong that the roll board wouldn't get? It wouldn't get your launch and face angle and whatever the hell else.
Definitely. Like
strike
point and twist and face angle. Yeah, I think John, you'll have a hard time optimizing unless you can get on something that can really measure certain
like
parameters.
Sam Putlab either.
Yeah.
Sam Putlab's good too. Okay.
Sam is decent.
Oh, Sam.
Capto. I think Capto has got a pretty good.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
What is that?
it's a new putter system. A bunch of guys are using, and it's getting some pretty good sort of reviews out there.
Is it the same like high-speed camera kind of base thing?
No, it's
really?
different. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ryan Kelso, always been a one-club brand. Your videos made me get fitted with an open mind to all brands. Good job, Ryan.
Nice.
Now gaming a mixed bag and instant gains. Thanks, boys. Ian, you never told us you're one brand, though. Never told us.
I missed that, sorry.
Ian, you never told us you're one brand, though. I've never been one brand.
Okay, always been a one-club.
Always been a one club brand. So always played one club, like TaylorMade clubs or Callaway clubs.
Oh. Is he asking if you're into one brand?
Always been a one club brand. Your vids made me get fitted with an open mind to all brands. So I think what Ryan's saying is he used to go with just like one brand, like Titleist or TaylorMade.
Yeah.
And so watching our videos made him think
great.
that, so that, Ian, you never told us you're one brand, though.
Let us know what you mean, Ryan. Maybe
not sure what that means, but
what your favorite is.
In the bag right now, I have.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this. How many brands do you have in your bag?
At least 5.
I'm looking at mine right now. I have
At least 5.
2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6.
Yeah.
I have 6.
6. So I've got
You would have
Callaway,
6,
TaylorMade, Callaway, Mizuno, Cleveland, Bobby Grace.
That's pretty good.
It's
hard to get many more brands than that.
Yeah, 5.
Thanks, Ryan. I'm glad you've gone brand agnostic.
For sure.
You see some good comments, people saying things like, as good as clubs are from every company, it's hard to say you're going to get the very best 14 from only one company. More than likely, you'll have a little bit of a mixed bag. Okay.
Right. So Ryan's saying, sorry boys, asked last week if you had to have a sponsor. Who would it be? Matt said Mizuno, but we never got your answer.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. What, did I say Mizuno?
Yeah, I think you did.
Is it because Chris was here? No, I'm joking. No, I would definitely do that.
Ryan, you're putting me back in the spot, pal.
Base it on the last 12 months product cycle. What would you pick? If you could only have one.
I would.
You are really thinking about this.
Hard.
His brain is broken.
If I had to go one brand, this is funny. I'm shocking myself with this answer.
Can't wait.
I would go TaylorMade.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not surprised.
TaylorMade. Yeah.
What irons?
If I had, I'd use P750s.
That's the thinner cavity.
Yeah, thinner cavity. I would use probably an M6 driver. I would use the 14 degree. I would need to try the M5 or M6 favorite. I'd use the little rocket one, the Tour Spoon. I would use one of their little hybrids. I would use 750s, mill grind wedges, and I'm sure I could figure out a putter.
TP putter or something?
Yeah, something that was quite similar to mine. So yeah, I would probably play a bag of TaylorMades.
Okay. Ask us again next year. That's a good question.
I nearly said Callaway. Callaway
you?
Very close to rolled off my tongue.
What irons would you take from Callaway? Apex Pros?
Pro. Yeah, nice iron.
Well, the fact that you nearly said Callaway probably nearly said a couple other brands too. Mm-hmm. All right. Let me take one here. A lot of people talking about Concept. It's really getting a lot of buzz. Are they not going to be really expensive? They must be.
Hugely expensive. Crazy. I think they're 5,000.
I'm sorry, what?
5,000 a set.
Stop it.
They're more expensive than PXGs.
5,000 US or Canadian? It's still
I think
insane.
it's Canadian.
It's insane either way.
Yeah, no, it's Canadian.
So they're going to have the most
I
expensive.
think they're
irons,
525 a head US, which is more expensive than PXG.
Good luck, Tireless. Good luck. All right. For a high handicapper who misses with a hook, that's the bad shot. Draws are good shots. Get fitted or get lessons. Generally speaking, high handicappers, I would say do both. No.
Yeah, do both. But if you had to do one, get some lessons. Get some lessons.
As long as you're going to commit to practicing and such.
Yeah. Work with a coach to get that face to path discrepancy or toe strike discrepancy under control, and you'll be in good shape. Yeah.
All right. You got one there?
Who's your favourite golf swing on tour?
That's a good question.
Nice question.
I really like Patrick Cantlay's swing. I think his swing is sick. Like he has got, honestly, I think his swing is really, really nice. I don't know if it's just the rhythm or the way he gets through it. There's something, maybe he's just like the balance of it. There's something about it that just looks, it looks good. I don't know if I would say he's my, I'd say that's the one that stands out to me, that I would remember on the spot. Aside from the usual suspects, obviously,
it's hard.
You can say that Adam Scott's swing is
Adam
whatever,
Scott's
but
swing is not Adam Scott's swing would not be my top 10.
Well, the thing with him is I think it people when they say that, first of all, he's obviously really good and we're not crapping on him, but he doesn't exactly hit his driver straight by any means. I think when they freeze all these positions, he looks very textbook, but I don't know what it is specifically that people point to. It's easy when he was winning a lot, I would say, his swing looked great, but
I would say different obviously different clubs I would favour different swings. I would say Rory has the best driver swing.
Yeah, he does.
I would say
who's got the best wedge swing, do you think?
Tiger.
Okay.
By far. To be honest, my favourite swing to watch on tour is still Tiger. My favourite swing to watch.
Swing, okay.
Yeah.
I like watching Tiger. I don't know how to pinpoint his swing, but
I think his lines right now are still so good until he gets the driver, and then he still gets the club a little behind him and underneath where he has to sort of flip it a little bit. But Rory with the driver is no question.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous.
I think for throughout the whole bag, I think Rosie's really tough to beat.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I kind of like Rose, and I have a similar sort of slow backswing tempo to Rose.
Yeah.
Like I kind of, when I see some of the swings Larry sends me, I can kind of see a cadence, a similarity in the cadence to his swings.
Well, I guess, what would you use the term, deliberate?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, can someone tell me if this helps with the microphone?
Oh, was there some?
No, I'm trying to point it at us more because it's very loud in here.
Yeah, true. Yeah, guys, let us know if there's any sound issues.
Well, they're saying it's loud, but what can we do?
Oh, it's loud in the background.
Yeah. Okay. We answered that already about the fitting studio on the road.
Aha.
There was a bunch of different ideas in the works about fitting studio on the road, plate trips and such. I would say nothing concrete at the moment, but stay tuned. Always stay tuned.
Who would you recommend a player who is 6'6" to have an over-length driver? Good question. It's a really good question.
6'6" is very tall.
Could have an over-length driver. Yeah, I would say 45 and a half would be a really nice.
What does it depend on, like their posture and the length of their arms, kind of thing?
Very much. I mean, you take someone like Jimmy Walker, tall guy, at one point played like a 43.5-inch driver, 43 inch.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
So there's yes and no. Look at you today with a 37-inch hybrid.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you hit it badly?
No, I loved it.
I had a junior golfer in here at the weekend that I built him a hybrid longer than yours.
Yeah, you were saying that.
He was a 11-year-old boy who was playing a longer hybrid than Matty today. So
that's funny.
You're not necessarily, you don't have to. There was an interesting.
What is going on? What have you done?
Bobby D, that says awesome. Tell the ladies to shut them.
But he's joking.
Are you? That's funny.
There's some wine over there.
It's funny.
Blame the wine.
I love that. that speaks so much to my humour. Tell the ladies to shut.
Hilarious. Max is asking an easy question. Sorry, were you going to say something?
Yeah, we'll get after
this. You're going to dig yourself a grave?
Yeah.
What is the spinniest ball on the market? Ladies. Oh, Jesus. Oh, dear.
Sloud.
Spinniest ball on the market is the Cut Golf Blue.
It's not even close, is it?
Nope, and we confirmed it again today. It's off the
not
charts.
Even close.
Cut Golf Blue at a low price.
What was we going to talk about? We have not talked. We've been on here for how long? An hour and a half. 6 o'clock?
I can tell you right now. 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 17 seconds.
We have not talked about the Augusta National Women's Amateur.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I think it was cool. I didn't watch much of it, to be honest, because I was away.
I never saw any of it.
But I can't remember anything being so well received in the recent times.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool, though. They're kind of building a Masters month at this point, aren't they? It's going to be like Women's Amateur, Drive, Chip, and Putt, Masters.
Yeah.
You got obviously par 3 contest.
TXG got its second win at Drive, Chip, and Putt.
Oh, did she win again?
Yeah, so
different.
Nicole Gall.
Is she the one that had won the last time?
She was. So it was so cool. Now, I mean, I'm hopeful that this is the case. But in her interview with Charlie Reimer after she won, Charlie Reimer was saying like, your stroke is unbelievable. How did you make that? And she's like, yeah, I really love the putter I get fitted to.
Oh, really?
The guy that fitted me gave me some tips on that sort of thing. I fitted her in
no shout out for
September,
you?
October last year.
No high Ian?
No high Ians, but
that's cool though.
That was the second win Mikey fit her for her driver and her wedges. So the driver, the chipper, and I fit her for the putter.
Listen, if this isn't a testimonial, then what is? That's awesome.
I know, really cool.
How old is she?
She won the 14 to 15 category.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So she's done really, really well. So
that's awesome.
That was really neat to see. So we had Vanessa Borovilos.
That's what I was trying to
won last year. Vanessa had a tough go. She's normally a really great little chipper, and she they never showed they showed a couple of putts from her, but she finished 5th on the drive, and she drove at 197.5 or some 198, and there was a girl in her age group on the, I think it was like a 12 to 13 age group, some young girl hit it like 230.
Really?
Yeah, like Vanessa doesn't hit at 230.
Yeah, you just can't. Just not
It's just too long. And the girl had some pop. So Vanessa finished 5th on that. And then she finished last in the chipping, which I was really surprised. And then she won the putting.
Just a bad chipping day.
She maybe just hit a bat. I never saw it. I wish I'd saw, but she's normally unbelievable with chipping. So I'm surprised, but she's done amazing.
Yeah.
She has the record holder for the most drive chip and putt appearances.
Really?
Vanessa, that was her fourth drive chip and putt out of the 5 previously contested.
That's crazy.
Really,
she qualified
really
4 years.
She's just a little star. I mean, she was in here the other day getting tuned up before she went down. She is unbelievably good. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, keep an eye on her college. She'll probably go play some college golf and stuff like that, I would imagine.
She will do for sure.
What golf ball does Ian play and why?
Ian plays a Strixon Z-Star black number. Ian is looking for more control round. Ian's looking for a better short game. That's what he's looking for.
I hear you.
I mean, for the longest time, I've been on the hunt for driver distance, and I really felt like that was the thing that was holding my game back. Mm-hmm. Now I swing it a little bit faster. I'm trying to really kind of work in my short game. This for me is the year of the short game.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I need to really get
a bit spinnier ball.
Looking for
obviously.
spinnier golf ball. I'm looking for a few more shots around the greens, that sort of thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's take a handful more, and then let's get packed up, shall we? Mm-hmm. This has been a good little live.
Yeah.
Patrick's telling us he likes Charlie Hoffman's swing. I agree, Patrick. Charlie Hoffman, it's a good. Although he just about put me to sleep on the 18th hole yesterday when he
taking too long.
Oh God. Not just him. They all took too long. Let's take 2 more. If you are about to ask a question, save it for live next week. Late live.
Yeah, we'll do it late. Oh, yeah, we'll try to get the one with the
shorter late
team.
Live.
We've got all the team in with us next week.
Okay. Should we not promise that though, because it might be a bit of a.
Well, at least we know they're coming.
So an early live then, because they're gonna have to go at a certain point.
Still not to it.
They're not my employees. You tell them what to do.
I'll tell them what to do.
Okay, maybe. But save your questions for another week if you're about to ask, because we are going to wrap up shortly. Why don't you pick a favorite one for you?
Favorite question?
Of the ones you've seen at the end, grab one for us. Take this
Anthony.
One. Okay. No, it's okay. I'll take it after.
Does dynamic lie angle change with different shafts? It absolutely can. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
and why does that happen?
It can change with different shafts, so different levels of droop, different levels of deflection.
Bending around, basically.
Yeah. It can.
I was going to ask you about that with Jonathan today. Do you think? Because did you go? It's unbelievable that his dynamic lies toe up.
So toe up.
Wasn't that shaft like was it a bit softer flex wise, or no? I can't remember.
NS Pro.
Yeah, is that what you switched to?
Well, no, we switched to Elevate.
Yeah, so would Elevate be
stiffer than his?
Stiffer, okay.
Yeah, stiffer than his for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it changed. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Okay. Dave's asking what the best Cobra driver is in recent years. I'd imagine that's a fairly easy one. The most recent would probably be the best one they've made.
F9 is good.
They've done a good job, clearly. All right, 2 more. You take one, I'll take one.
Owen is asking, can we watch the ladies swing in the back?
You can.
You can.
There's nothing you can do about it either.
Wrong way. No. There's the ladies are having a clinic.
They are.
A clinic. I bet. Who is the best swing for a non-tour player, non-PJ Tour player?
I don't know.
Tony Romo's got a pretty good swing.
Oh, like celebrity swings?
Yeah.
Tony Romo's probably one of the most legit golfers.
Yeah, pretty good.
There's a ex-baseball player who played a few senior tour events. His name is escaping me. Someone will comment it, but there's a couple guys that can do it.
Well, I can tell you a single baseball player out there. Can tell you one.
Baseball? You like football though, like American football. You like American football. You just haven't picked up baseball.
Yeah.
I don't love baseball.
I like football. I watch the Patriots.
You're at least you'll watch
I'm aware of what's going on. I'm a bigger basketball fan.
Yeah, you like basketball.
Love the basketball. Yeah.
Some interesting basketball stuff coming up. You see that? You see that game, Miami game?
Yeah.
That's pretty much a wrap for them. Then,
That's the way. That's the regular season tied up. So second best regular season of all time for the Raps, which is
right?
pretty good.
And they want to win that game. They don't want to play the Pistons, is what I'm hearing.
Well, they've lost it, but it's Casey playing against Dwayne Casey. They definitely don't want to do that. So
John Smoltz, Patrick tells me that's the guy. Absolutely.
Steph Curry, never heard of her. That's awesome.
Brutal. All right, it is really loud in here, and we're gonna sign off and go to bed. I'm tired.
Definitely.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. This was, as usual, a really good live. Over 350 of you. Which is awesome.
Have an unbelievable Masters
enjoy
week.
Masters week.
We're excited about it. So
if you're there, yell at Ian and
wave,
say hello.
if anyone's going to be at the Masters, shoot me an Instagram message.
I was probably. Say, post something on Instagram and tag Ian.
Yeah,
He's
for sure.
Be down there.
Send me a direct message at Ian Fraser Golf on Instagram if you're going to be there. DM me, and I'd love to stop by and say hi if there's going to be people that will be there on the weekend.
I'm sure.
Saturday, Sunday.
And Mikey will be there.
Young Michael will be there.
Mikey, so you can say hi to Mikey as well.
Yep. Love it.
You're excited, eh?
Can't wait. It's the best.
When are you going? Wednesday?
We fly Wednesday, kind of early evening, and
48 hours away.
What's that?
You are.
Oh, I know.
48 hours. A Trump fitting.
Man, Trump fitting would watch 1,000%. I would not fit Donald Trump.
Okay, and on that note, we're going to sign off before a flood of comments come in. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys. We'll be filming next week live, TBD. Well, just keep an eye on our Instagram. We'll let you know what we're going to do next week.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.